welcome to Scrap Time. My name is Christine, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a card using the Crafter's Workshop Aspen Tree Stencil with Distress Inks. So here we have the Aspen Tree Stencil. This is an older stencil design, but I hadn't really shown it yet, and so I thought I would do it now. I think it's a perfect stencil for the holidays, but you can use it for all seasons. So here in my card, I had done blues and purples in the background. For Christmas, you could even just do, say, a light blue with some snowflakes. Then for spring colors, what have you. But since it's fall, today in the video, I'm going to use some oranges. So typically when I use stencils, I don't worry too much about taping down my projects. But in this case, I'm going to tape it down because I really don't want it to move. So for my card, I tape the inside of the card, because obviously the outside we're going to be putting the stencil. So I do that just so now my card is in place. Now with this stencil especially, I want to tape it down because I don't want to do this where the tree is on the edge, because then I'm going to have a white mark there. So in here you can see I positioned it so I had color on the edges of my card. So I'm going to move my stencil over. So now you can see here I'll have ink rather than the blockage of the stencil. So I'm going to take my stencil down. I'm going to leave a little bit over on the bottom and top. And just to give it a little more support, I'm going to put a little piece of tape on the bottom. But of course you want to make sure you don't get it on your card, otherwise the tape will mask off the area and you'll have a white mark. Okay, so I'm going to be using a combination of Distress inks and Distress Oxide inks. You can mix and blend them. I'm going to start with mustard seed. And even though I have my thing on the bottom, I'm just using this orange one. I'll probably just use the same one throughout because I'm going to be blending these colors. So I want to start around the middle. Now because you've got some little branches here, you want to just gently go over it. And I'm going in the direction of the stencil. So I just put a little bit of that yellow down. I'm going to move into Wild Honey. And I'm going to blend over. I'm doing it in a circle, but just gently, because I don't want to get underneath that. So next I'm going to move into some spiced marmalade. This is another oxide. Now, I like to use the oxides because they will overlap more with the previous color. They will blend, but you'll get more coverage with the oxides than you do just the regular dye. But the oxides aren't available in all colors yet, so now I'm moving to Carved Pumpkin. Going to put a little up there. Right, Persimmon again is just the ink. I'm going to put this one more on the bottom. And because I like my pink, I'm going to add a little bit of pink raspberry on the top and blend it in. Might add a little on the bottom, but not too much. And then I'm going to just on the bottom put a little bit of black soot, just because at the base it would be darker. Now because you're going with the dark black into the color, you want to just try to blend it a little so it's not so sharp of a line. So just sort of bring it up into the color a little so it blends down. And I might put a little bit darker along the bottom. Now you can, my black here isn't very dark, but you can build up the layers if you want it really dark. Just keep adding more to the layers. Okay, so now we remove our stencil. And ta-da! We have this pretty card for the fall holidays. And you can see that black, it just sort of, it doesn't pop out too much. It just adds that darkness along the bottom, and we have a beautiful gradation. And so just by mixing up your Distress Oxide and your Distress inks with the stencil, and I particularly like this stencil because again, you can use it for different holidays. So there it is in the blue and purple compared to the oranges. And it was called the Aspen Tree Stencil. And because we've used Distress inks, they're water-based, make sure you clean off your stencil between doing it, otherwise the colors will blend into your next project. Thanks for watching. Be sure to give our video a thumbs up and subscribe to Scrap Time videos on YouTube. In the meantime, here are a couple other videos you might be interested in watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.